Procrastination is one of the main barriers blocking you from getting up, making the right decisions, and living the dream life you have thought of. It is driven by a variety of thoughts and habits, but fundamentally, we avoid tasks or put them off because we do not believe we'll enjoy doing them and want to avoid making ourselves unhappy, or we fear that we won't do them well. People may also procrastinate when they are confused by the complexity of a task, or when they are overly distracted or fatigued. We were all born, and unfortunately, at some point, we'll all die too. The time we spend on earth is both limited and finite. In light of this fact, time is the most valuable commodity you have. Every single second you waste is gone forever. In the passage of time, if there is something you really want and you are not getting it, you are probably lying to yourself if you are not going after it. Because so often, when we say we are unqualified for something, what we are really saying is that we are too scared to try it, not that we can't do it. Most of the time, it's not lack of experience that's holding us back, but rather the lack of determination to do what we need to do to be successful. Willpower is often perceived to be the leading cause of procrastination, but it is mainly our intrinsic motivation that help us to overcome the habit of putting things off on a daily basis. We put so much energy into coming up with excuses why we can't be, do, or have things we want, and designing the perfect distraction to keep us from our dreams. Imagine how far we would get if we just shut up and used all that energy to go for it instead. It isn't a unique character flaw or mysterious curse on your ability to manage things, but a way of coping with challenging emotions and negative moods induced by certain tasks. Boredom, anxiety, insecurity, frustration, and self-doubt. Procrastination is one of the most popular forms of self-sabotage because it's really easy. There are so many fun things you can do in order to procrastinate, and while it can be super fun in the moment, eventually, in a few years later, you'll be sitting there feeling like a loser, wondering why the hell you still haven't got to where you wished. If you're serious about changing your life, you'll find a way. If you're not, you'll find an excuse. In the interest of getting you where you want to go in this lifetime, let me tell you some tried and true tips to help you stop procrastinating. Point number 1. Remember that done is better than perfect. Just get the damn thing done, even though you are not totally ready yet. Nobody else cares or will probably even notice that everything isn't 100% perfect. And quite honestly, nothing ever will be 100% perfect anyway, so you might as well start now. There's no better way to get things done than to already be rolling along. Momentum is a wonderful thing, not to mention highly underrated. So get off your ass and get started now. Point number 2. Make a bet with someone mean. You can imagine self-discipline or self-control as a moment when you give yourself orders, but you are having hard time following them. It is not the primary cause of procrastination, but an important component. To be disciplined, you need to have the correct type of motivation or learn to maintain and work on positive habits. A good way to make yourself accountable is to make a bet with someone who will hold you to it. They must have no mercy. They can't cuddle you or understand that you tried your best. You want the kind of person who will make you feel humiliated even before the excuses come out of your mouth. And make sure you bet something that's painful to lose but not too unrealistic. For example, you could bet someone 10,000 rupees that you will have the first chapter of your book written by a certain date. Make it a payable amount that you really don't want to pay, but that's barely within your reach. Then write the check out to him, include the payment date, and keep it over your desk to remind you what's in store if you don't get the job done. And if you really want to up the stakes, tell him that if you don't meet your deadline, instead of giving him the money, you'll donate the money to a group or cause that make your flesh crawl. This kind of horror works wonders for self-discipline. The third point, own it and work with it. If you are the kind of person who blows everything off until the last minute and you know this about yourself, why waste your time figuring out while you are not doing what you're supposed to be doing? Go to the damn beach, have a cocktail, and when the pressure is on, get down to the business. There is nothing worse than time wasted pretending to work or stressing out while trying to have fun. No work gets done and no fun is had. It's the worst of both worlds. Figure out how much time you truly need to get the job done and go do something else until the clock starts ticking. Procrastination is not laziness. Lazy people simply don't do anything and are just fine with it. Procrastinators, on the other hand, have the desire to actually do something. but can't force themselves to start. It's a good idea to start using the word procrastination instead of using the terms laziness or putting things off. It provides a much more accurate description of your situation. Only by giving the name to your problem can you begin working on it. Good luck with your future. If you guys like the content, don't forget to check out my other videos. See you guys in the next video.